So for some reason, y'all enjoy watching me just completely botch my predictions. Fun fact, everybody botched their predictions last week with North America. Shout outs to V1 taking the W, but we're back with another one. We're gonna be talking European EU Regional 3 for the RLCS. I don't know if it's got a fancy name. Do you guys think the Copa de Rocket League Cup is the name of Regional 3? RLCS time. We've got 16 teams. If you guys don't know those 16 teams, where have you been? Why are you not watching my content? Make sure you guys hit subscribe, turn on notifications so you don't miss out on them. But we got Dignitas, BDS, Endpoint, Semper, Vitality, Queso, EG, Misfits, Queso, I already said, Guild, Navi, Bricks.GG's back, Luminosity, K-Corp, Williams Resolve, 00 Nation, and Cookster's Minions. There is a lot of teams, and they're in 4 groups of 4. Some people got the short straw. Looking at you, Luminosity, getting BDS for a 3rd time. But we're going to go through these groups step by step. Disclaimers as always. It is very difficult to make predictions when I have no idea how the teams have played. I would like to change my predictions usually after I see teams play, but I can't. So we're just going all the way through. It's going to be interesting to see. We got to go with the cut or go with the gut initially, but we got people like Cash, Player Misfits in stream. Cash, are you guys winning the whole thing? What's the play? Cash, I got to know how biased I got to be towards Misfits. They're doing it. All right. So Misfits wins the whole thing. Bracket's done. We're out of here. Have a good one, chat. Bye. All right, jokes aside. Jokes aside. All right, let's actually do these predictions. It's gonna be pretty tough. I wish it was that easy to do predictions. Misfits wins. The end. So we're gonna be doing some predictions here. We've got groups A, B, C, and D. We're gonna go through the groups. You can see A and B right now. I've also got the results from last week up as well. Not that they're gonna help because Europe is full of depth, as we've deemed. So BDS, Misfits, Luminosity, Cookster's Minions. Cookster's Minions needs to win the entire event. They have done one thing and one thing only. They get into the main event and then they go 0-3. That is happening again. I feel for Cookster's Minions. I'm glad they're getting exposure to it, but like it's not happening. I feel so bad for them, dude. I don't know what is supposed to happen. Luminosity Misfits I think is a really fun matchup. This to me is the difference maker between 2nd, 3rd seed, most likely. Luminosity's got to prove that they are the better team here. I've been really liking this Luminosity roster, the former SK, now with the new addition, and they look good. They look good. The problem is they always run into really spooky teams. I could see a game 5 here, which is going to be important. Understand that these game differentials matter if there's tiebreakers. So keep that in mind. Like if both of these teams are tied and are trying to fight for who goes up against BDS for the #1 spot, that is when you need to be careful. So game differentials, making it goes down to the wire. You need to close out your series. I think out of the gate, it's probably going to be Luminosity, actually. I think Luminosity is going to take that one. Cash, I know. Cash told me they're winning the whole thing. But we need you in the lower bracket run for the excitement. It's for the storyline, man. We'll give you it back later. BDS probably going to beat Luminosity 3-1. Misfits bounces back. The Cookster Minions 3-1. BDS probably beats Misfits 3-1. Luminosity is then going to beat Cookster's Minions 3-1 as well. I could possibly see Misfits winning, and then you would see these two flipped. So I think these are really close. This match, I think, will be the determining factor. Either way, BDS, I think, is going to go 3-0 in their group. They've been in a vibe. Group B, Dignitas, EG, K-Corp, and Rix. Rix, I hate to break it to you, but you are also going to go 0-3 in this group. Unless you somehow pull an upset against K-Corp, which is possible. The thing that's difficult to predict about this is Dignitas looks like the clear favorite in this group, and then they managed to drop to the lowers. So I'm going to use previous brain and say, hey, Dignitas, there is literally no reason for you to lose to this team. It's the 3rd game of the day. You're warmed up. You're ready to go. Dignitas, I need you to come first out of groups. Don't give yourself a heart attack. Don't destroy everybody's feelings in the lower bracket. Leave Luminosity alone. Let them get top 6 like they're supposed to be. Okay? And we're going to hope it happens. I'm going with my gut. I went with my gut with BDS last time and then winning the whole thing, even though they hadn't won yet. It finally happened. Okay? So I'm hoping Dignitas finally, after 2 regionals of dropping lowers, is going to stay in the uppers and make things make sense again. Dig, I think, just stomps K-Corp, and they 3-0 Rix here. EG over K-Corp. EG's probably going to win. EG will beat Rix. K-Corp Rix should win probably 3-1. That's what I got. So Rixo 3, K Corp EG, and then Dignitas. That's what I got. That is what I have. Up next, Queso Vitality, 00 Nation Guild. Queso should win this group with Guild second, maybe third in this group. I don't know if Vitality is going to make it out of this, surprisingly enough. I would not be surprised if they don't. Guild has been looking pretty solid lately, actually. I want to make sure it's not a fluke with this run, but I don't think you beat some of these teams without things going in a really good direction. I will say they do come down to the wire. That is a coin flip at any given point, and you could see the difference maker. Like 3-2, that's 1 goal difference. Who knows what happens in game 5 if, 00 Nation does a different thing. So that is fun to see some of these rematches actually happening here. And I hope they put up a good show. I will say that Queso, probably the best in this group and has been performing like it. Rise, still super underappreciated despite how good he is, even though you obviously see other players on the roster get a bit more attention. But Rise, for me, that is a player you need to pay attention to. So with that said, Queso, Guild, I think Queso's got them. Their aggression's pretty spicy. 00 Nation, Vitality. I do think Vitality could win, but with the way that 00 Nation's been playing, they'll win it in a close one. Queso should win that one 3-0. Vitality, Guild, we'll give it to Guild in a close one. Queso stomps them, and then Guild 00 Nation. We'll go with the same tiebreaker. Or do we do this? No, we'll give it to Guild. We'll give him a repeat. I don't know, man. I would expect Vitality. Like, I could see Vitality winning out, and then I could also see them just completely bottling it. Vitality just hasn't. It's hard to be confident in Vitality right now, which is unfortunate because it's Vitality. But that like narrative and that mentality surrounding them needs to change because the results haven't been there for us to give them reason to. I mean, they went 0-3 last time too, and they lost to 00 Nation in a sweep. They went close against Misfits, and then they lost to Dignitas in the sweep. So again, I would, if I'm being realistic, I could see them doing this. Maybe we do that. Let's do this. I'm okay with this. And then we'll do a tiebreaker. I'm actually okay with this. 00 Nation or Vitality, huh? I would give it to 00 Nation, honestly. They get a rematch and they win this time, 3-1. Imagine that Vitality wins in a super close game against 00 Nation, and then they play them again at a tiebreaker and lose. That would be wild. We'll keep it for now. We'll keep it for now. And that is like... that is the final straw, being like, yep, Vitality's making a change. Like, they announced it immediately after, like, hey, I'm retiring. I'm going full-time content creation. I'm K-Dop. We're picking up a new player. Like, imagine they go 9-0. I would lose my mind. It'd be so hype. All right, Endpoint, Semper, Williams, Resolve, Navi. I think this one's a pretty balanced group overall because Endpoint hasn't been looking amazing, but they also haven't been looking bad. The crazy thing, though, is they did take a loss recently to Endpoint. So, how do they do in groups? 1 and 2. They lost to EG barely, right? They went to 5 against EG. And then they went to 5 against K Corp. So those are game 5s that could easily go the other way. So I do think they are the better team than Navi. Navi just looks better, but I'm still not convinced. I'm expecting Navi to not make it out of this group. Semper, Williams, Resolve. I will give to Williams Resolve with how they've been looking. Endpoint, we'll have a close one there. Semper should beat Navi. Playstyle wise, I think Semper does really well against Navi. Endpoint, Semper will give to Endpoint, and then Williams Resolve wins here, there. That's what I got. Navi's got a group that I think is manageable for them, but it's going to be tough. They've got to get a win over Semper is pretty much what I'm thinking. Because even if they do that, right? If we do that, it's still like, yeah, it's tough. I'm trying to be a little bit more decisive with some of my matches too, like with 3-0s and stuff, just because it's like super easy to always do 3-1 and give a team like a pity game. But I'm trying to be a bit more decisive on them. Not that I expect any of these to be accurate, but I would be excited for this tiebreaker to happen. But if this does happen, playoffs look spicy, chat. I think arguably these are your top 4 teams as expected. And I want that to stay the same for the finals. I am also okay with some pretty craziness. EG and Misfits. That is a massive game, and it opens up a lot of opportunities for a lot of teams, because if that does happen, both those teams right now are fighting for a top 4 spot, top 3 spot. And if one of those gets eliminated, it opens up opportunities for so many teams, which is why I'm okay with it. I think these two also very balanced. These two also very balanced. These two also very balanced. So I love this bracket already. Not intentional, but I love this bracket if it does happen. EG Misfits, I do think Misfits is the better team, and we'll give them the 3-2 victory. Guild Semper, right now, I'm going to give it to Guild, personally. K Corp will lose to Luminosity. Williams Resolve, I do think is the better team against 00 Nation. That's how I would do it. As you guys can tell, I'm being way more decisive with these. I'm not thinking about them. I'm going with my gut. Just what I think should happen. I am going to be wrong on every prediction. I'm expecting that. It is the EU way. Up next, we've got Saturday's matches. Luminosity Williams Resolve for the first time. It happens. They make it top 6. They finally did it. I'm so proud of Luminosity. It's taken so long for them to finally get there. But it finally happened. Misfits, Guild. I do think Misfits is the better team. I do think Misfits is a better team than Guild, but Guild, again, did show some promise last time. Who did they play against in those lower rounds? They played against K-Corp, who has been indifferent, I guess. 0-0 Nation, they barely beat, and then they lost to Misfits. It's unfortunately going to happen again. Maybe a best of 7 that give themselves a better chance, but Misfits going to close it out. 3-1. All right, BDS Endpoint. BDS is the better team, and they show it convincingly. Dignitas Queso. I love this matchup. Probably one of my favorite matchups in Rocket League right now is Dignitas Queso. I think they've both got very, very similar playstyles, and Queso can keep up with the mechanical crazy nonsense that Dignitas does. And, dare I say, they've looked better doing it. 4-2, which makes for some pretty interesting situations. We get a rematch. Dignitas Luminosity, the team that knocked them out last time. And this has automatically secured a spot for Dignitas. Does that do one of two things? Does that make Dignitas have less pressure so they play more loose and they have fun? Or does Luminosity need these wins? You bet they do. And they win it. Luminosity, top 4. It's less pressure on Dignitas. Do they get loosey-goosey? Does the more pressure on Luminosity make them feel it more? I hope for a good series. Endpoint Misfits. EU depth. It happens. In a sweep. Misfits, Cash is vibing. He's absolutely crushing. He's vibing. Misfits comes out ready to go. I just want to see this matchup really bad. I really want to see this matchup. That's all I want. The bias in me wants Misfits and Luminosity to play for top 3. Okay? Is that too bad to ask? I have succumbed to the fact that EU predictions don't matter anymore. I don't know how these matches are going to go. The ability to predict this determines on how bad they get smacked by BDS and how well they look against Guild. That's all that matters. All right, Woody, I'll make it a little bit better. Happy? There you go. You get one win. I personally want this top 4. I think this top 4 would be amazing for just the sheer entertainment value. I have come to terms with myself that predictions do not matter, especially on the bracket, because I don't know how the heck they're playing. The results here and the results down here definitely matter on how I would predict, without a doubt. So we're just going with fun right now. Misfits Luminosity will save BDS Queso. I don't foresee Queso upsetting like they did last time. They'll put up a pretty good fight, though. Misfits Luminosity, huh? This one goes to 7 in my brain. I think either team could win that. I think any team that makes top 4 has a chance of winning the whole thing, depending on how they're playing on the day. I'm going to go that. Let's see what a coin toss would do. Heads is for Misfits. Coin toss goes to Luminosity. Okay, we'll see how it goes. And Cash would never lie to me. Cash is a good kid. He would never lie to me. I don't think it's within his being to lie. Unfortunately, it ends there. And we get a repeat. I think these two teams have shown that they are easy 1-2 right now. I am full confident. I mean, it's Europe, so these teams are both probably going to not make it out of groups with my luck. This is going to be the time that Cookster's Minions makes it out of groups because BDS 03s or something stupid. I just wait. Between these, I think these could be coin tosses. Realistically, I think BDS will probably finish it 4-3. No, 4-1. Number 1 seed fight in grand finals. Makes a big difference. There's a lot on the line still. Everybody looks at these and is like, hey, maybe not. But if we do that, when we look at the RLCS points, that would give those teams those results, which, if we do the math, it'd give us our top 5. BDS Queso, Dig, Misfits, and points. With Misfits taking the 4th seed. Luminosity just missing out. So that Misfits Luminosity would be for LAN. Imagine this match determines who goes to LAN. Right here. That's what I want. I want this to be for LAN spot. That isn't for LAN. Yeah, it is. The difference here, I'm saying, like if Luminosity wins though, right? It is for LAN. Because if Luminosity wins, then they go to LAN. It's for a LAN spot. Sorry, I left out a word. It is 100% for LAN. Like, Misfits is like, heck yeah, we did it. But we have the ability to play spoiler, you know? Because imagine Misfits and Luminosity make it after all of this. I'm just saying, man, if this bracket happens the way it does and these are the matches in lowers, we are in for a treat this weekend. Probably won't, but I'd be so happy with it. I would be so happy. Is this gonna happen? Probably not, chat. Is Dignitas gonna actually win their group for once? Probably not. They never do. But if it does happen, it makes for some really exciting stuff. So that's what I got for my bracket. 2 teams fighting for number 1, 2 seed. You've got possibly Misfits denying Luminosity's chance to go to the major. That would be sick. But yeah, if this happens in lower round 1, my goodness. Oh yeah, Dignitas hasn't been bad in groups. It's just they haven't clutched out the matches that they need to. We will see. We'll see if this is the time that they can clutch it out. Gonna be interesting. But chat, appreciate you all being here for some predictions. Everybody on YouTube, all the YouTube frogs, appreciate you guys watching. Let me know your guys' own predictions. Link to this spreadsheet can be found AdamCoreRL on Twitter. He has it in his bio. You click on it, it brings up a hub. You just click on the one for this, it does it for you. It'll calculate all the points. Does it all automatically. It's amazing. So thank you to Adam Core for putting this, making it public. I've got the hiccups. So with that said, in between them, if you guys do enjoy the content, give it a like, hit subscribe, turn on notifications. We'll see you in the next one. Should be fun. A lot of coverage this weekend for things. Also, the Brawl. Tomorrow's video, if you guys missed it, G2 FaZe Clan going head to head in the best of 7 show match out tomorrow. Make sure you guys hit subscribe and don't miss out on it. We'll see you in the next one.